Good morning. Welcome to this Unitarian Universalist Church, which includes our church here in Birmingham, our church in Tuscaloosa, and all of our folks online. Whoever you are, whomever you love, wherever you are today, and wherever you are on your spiritual journey, you are welcome here. Today is our Appreciation Sunday, where we lift up all the folks who help this church do its good work in our community and in our world. If you stand up or are recognized at any part of the service, the sermon specifically, we invite you to come over to our appreciation station and take an item to appreciate the work that you do for the church. To all who are here this morning, welcome home. The prelude prepares us for worship.
Test, test. We have microphone.
Thank you. As we light this chalice, are you good? Okay. As we light this chalice with its freely shared light and freely shared warmth, let us be reminded of the many things that are freely shared with us and that we freely share with others. May we lean into generosity shared from the heart that can warm those around us. In the spirit of inclusivity and welcome, please take a few moments to greet those around you, especially those you may not recognize. For folks online, please greet each other in the chat.
Excuse me?
Yay! I can't wait to meet Chris. Where is he? Yes, ring the bell. I'd invite everyone to find their seats, please. Ezio, come bring it over here. I'm so glad you all are connecting. If everyone would have a seat, please. Before we sing our opening hymn, just because we like getting up and down a lot, I would like to honor someone in our congregation who took great care of y'all during my sabbatical and who fearlessly led our choir. So, Rita, would you please come up here so we can give y'all some thanks? Down the fort. Now, let's sing our opening hymn together. Please rise in body or spirit, hymn number 389.
Gathered here in the mystery of the hour, gathered here in one strong body, gathered here in the struggle and the power, Spirit draw near. Gathered here in the mystery of the hour, gathered here in the struggle and the power. Spirit, draw near.
Good morning. I'm Helen Rivas from the Justice Committee, and today you're going to have the opportunity to support the church through various volunteer opportunities. And I also wanted to add that as Unitarians, we're very much civically engaged. And to remind you, one, keep supporting our libraries. Take out books, even if you can't read them, as Reverend Julie has said. Tell the librarians you love them. I think they really need support. And let your legislators and other people know how you care about the library. And second, most of you are aware that APT has been under attack again to separate it from the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. There is going to be a meeting November 18th at the offices here, but it's a very small room. The best thing you can do is contact the APTV board and tell them what you like about the programming. I know my kids grew up on Sesame Street. I'm sure a lot of others, and I like the British mysteries. So, APTV board, if you do, it's in the newsletter. There's a whole pile of information in this week's newsletter. And I apologize for not having that. Also, if you don't know who your legislators are, it's time to look them up. You can go to the Secretary of State's office, which is sos.alabama.gov. And Alabama Votes gives you all kinds of information. You can also check your voting status because sometimes squirrely things are happening with voter registration. And then the epitome of civic engagement, of course, is Alabama Arise. The legislative session begins the second week of January this year. Next December 7th, December 14th, the second Sunday, Stan Johnson from Alabama Arise will be here to give us a legislative preview. And Misty Fontenot is our official contact with Alabama Arise. And I know she'd be happy to hear from you. And if you're not a member, I recommend becoming one just to get the daily digest with all the news in it, should you want to read the news. I know some of us are trying to escape sometimes. So that is all, and keep making your phone calls. They make a difference. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Brenda. I'm a member of the board. Please read the bottom of your connection card before you turn it in. We have lots of volunteer opportunities this week. Our church is supported by those who call our church home and by those who support the efforts of our church to change our world for the better. If this is your first time with us, please pass the plate. We are just glad to have you are here. We share our cash plate every Sunday with organizations whose work reflects UU values to care for marginalized persons, advocate for real and systemic change, defend our environment, and promote justice and equity for all. Today, we are sharing our plate with the Unitarian Universalist Association, which is a collective of Unitarian Universalist congregations throughout the world. Normally, our gift to the UUA is in our annual budget. So our Share the Plate this month is a reminder of our commitment to our wider faith tradition, the staff and resources we have at our disposal, and the ways our collective Unitarian Universalism responds to this desperate time in our world. We appreciate your donations, either by placing them in the plate, by mailing your donation to the church, or by using PayPal, Venmo, or Zelle. More information is found in the order of service in the lower right corner. Thank you for your generous support of our church and our Share the Plate recipient. May we give in love and in hope.
is that time when we celebrate our joys, as Sherry so dutifully led us into, and hold one another's sorrows within our community. For those of you online, please share yours in the chat. For those of you in person, you are now invited to come forward and drop a stone in honor or in memory of what is on your heart today. Please come forward. Do you need my help? Good to see you. Glad to be here. So glad to see you. Welcome home. Glad to be here. Y'all are getting me worked up already this morning. So good to see you. I'm so each of you. I'm so glad to see McCall Sharp back with us this morning after her car accident. And this week was Ginger Campbell's birthday, and she drove all the way here from Huntsville to spend with us this morning. I'm so excited to see all of you with us this morning. I also give thanks for air traffic controllers who brought Sherry back to us this morning, so we're grateful for them. Morning. We don't know what's going on. I'm on. All right, I'm going. Today we lift up were affected by the 5 Points fire. I'm sure all of you saw either the plume of smoke or the horrible videos, but we lift up displaced and affected by that. We also lift up all families this week because of the SNAP benefits crisis and all those whose health care premiums to fight for them. May we keep one another in our hearts and minds in the spirit of community and love. And while it looks like Mike brought to me, it's a good thing. We're still friends. Give your hand, eyes, some acknowledge you this morning. Please join me in the spirit of in Veterans Day, followed by today we bow our heads in recognition of the great service and sacrifice some have been asked to make, living through the horror that is war, facing death or physical harm as a specter looming around any corner. We say thank you and know it will never be enough. Help us to embrace those we have sent forth in our names into danger. Give us the strength of will to serve them as they have served us. May they never hunger. May they never thirst. May there always be meaningful work for their hands. May they receive healing care in abundance. And may we, the grateful heirs of a nation built on the idea of liberty, be faithful to pursuing that dream in our own lives and actions. Help us to be vigilant and never complacent. Let each one of us take this charge personally. May it be so, and may it be so. Let us take a moment of silence together. Amen and blessed be. And thank you, veterans. Will our children please come?
Do I need to turn this on? Just closer? Okay. So I have some really exciting news for you guys today. You ready? We are going to start a church band. You excited? You already knew that? Yep. So we're going to need a band leader. And do you know who I think we should recruit for that? Reverend Julie. So Reverend Julie, can I get you to come over and be our leader? Okay. Let me get you ready. Okay. Okay, you do have a lot of great qualities. Okay. So, okay, so let's start with an instrument for Reverend Julie, and this instrument will represent getting all of the sermons ready for every Sunday. So, Chloe, can you come over and pick up? Okay, great, that's perfect for that. So that's our Sunday sermon instrument. And now, Chloe, how about you come over here and you pick an instrument for her that'll represent helping to choose leadership, recruit leadership for the church. And then you can hand Reverend Julie that instrument. She'll play that one too.
I have to play another one?
Yeah, that's what leaders do, right? Oh, okay. Yeah. They do whatever has to be done.
And I
Okay.
have to sign autographs?
Yeah. So Stark, if you will come up here and pick another instrument for our band leader, and this one will represent serving on committees. Okay. Great. Perfect. That one looks really cool. Okay, so you're gonna play those three. All right. Ren, so you're gonna need to come pick another instrument for our leader, and this instrument is gonna be about maintenance and like fixing the toilets when they break and making sure the roof doesn't leak. Yeah, that's what leaders do, right? They make sure that everything runs and that we don't have any floods in the building, all that kind of. Perfect. Yeah, the recorder. Great. So the drums and the maracas and the recorder and the thunder stick, all of that stuff. Okay, perfect. We got that. Okay, and Ezio. Okay, so we need you to pick an instrument, and this instrument is going to represent teaching all of you guys on Sunday morning, okay? So if you will pick that instrument and hand that to Reverend Julie, okay? So what instrument should that be?
That's exciting. Maybe if I do this.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, you're doing great. You're doing great. Don't worry.
Great, great.
Perfect. Great. Okay, looking really good. Okay, so we've got our sermons, we've got our maintenance, we've got recruiting leadership, we've got committees, we've got teaching the kids, we've got all this stuff. All right, Lily, and if you will pick one, and let's see, what should this one represent? What do you guys think? What else do leaders do around here? Huh? The tech, oh yeah, microphones, yeah, because we got to do that too. So yeah, maintaining all of the technical aspects of this. So yeah, the live stream. Let's do a live stream instrument. What should be that? Perfect, yes. The giant cheese grater. Yeah, so play that one too. Okay. All right.
Can I get any help with this?
Okay. So, is our band leader a little maybe overwhelmed?
Yeah.
Okay, so could we get some volunteers to help? Great. So we have some volunteers to help, right? All right, so supporting our church community is kind of like creating a band together, right? So individually, none of us can play all of these instruments, right? Ren, do you think you could play every single one of those instruments that we gave Reverend Julie at the same time? You think you can do all of that, Ezio? Well, you could definitely try. I'm not sure if your parents would enjoy you playing all of those instruments at once. All right. You do? Okay. We can all try to do everything at once, and sometimes we do try to do everything at once. Guilty as charged. But in just a minute, we're all going to take these downstairs. But sometimes we have to delegate, right? Sometimes we have to ask for help. Sometimes we have to get help from other people, and that's what we do as a community. We all come together and we all pick up instruments, and sometimes we rotate out. Sometimes we get tired and we have to have somebody else pick up our instrument for us, and that's how we make beautiful music as a community together. And there's another reason that we brought all of these instruments up, because now we have another member of our band, Miss Sherry. And with Miss Sherry here, right over here. And with Miss Sherry here, we're going to be able to restart Flames of Harmony. So some of you guys have been members of Flames of Harmony before, right? Yes. So with Children's Choir, Flames of Harmony, we're going to be ready to sing and play instruments again and get ready for our Christmas pageant. So we need your voices, we need your help. And we're going to be meeting every Sunday at 9 a.m. downstairs in the music room. So any of you guys who are interested in learning more about that and participating in the Christmas pageant, we hope to see you on Sunday mornings at 9. All right, so can some of you guys help us with taking some of these instruments back downstairs, and then we'll go outside?
We're going to leave them up.
Oh, we're gonna leave them up? Oh, sorry, never mind. We're gonna be leaving them up. So, can I get your help in putting them back on the table? Thank you. Oh, and if the grown-ups could sing us downstairs, please. The moment you've been waiting for.
Wasn't that fun? That is sometimes how it feels being the leader of a community. We like to call it herding cats. Not dogs, cats. Cats are more fun. All right, so today's sermon is going to be a collaborative effort by myself and by several leaders of this church. I also want to lift up the importance of our online community. Many of you don't know, but we have regular folks who tune in to our online community every week. And so I'd like you to turn around and look at that camera and wave to our online folks that join us every week. We're so glad you're here. And we also need online greeters for our online community space. So online folks, if you'd like to do that, please send me an email and I'll connect you with what that's about. And if you're new to our congregation this morning, I apologize, it's kind of an awkward morning because this is the morning that we are trying to appreciate all of our volunteers and also trying to recruit for many of the ministries of our church. But what I would hope that you would see today is that today is a place that welcomes you, that we are a place for you to get involved. As someone once told me about the Birmingham theater community, why they thought it was better than New York or Nashville, they love it because there is always room to welcome new talent. And may our congregations be those places to welcome new talent. Last week, I attended the Faith in Action conference in Montgomery, and I was asked to give a faith reflection. Some of you all may remember what happened a couple years ago when that happened. I spoke about our Unitarian Universalist value of pluralism and what a difference we can make when we come together across differences for a common cause. And we do that every Sunday because no one in this room has the same belief system as one another. We come together because we want to create intentional community. So to illustrate my point at this conference, I told the starfish story that I have repeated over and over in my mind since last fall. But I had just finished an exhausting couple of weeks, working long days without breaks for the last 2 weeks before that. And so there I was in my hotel room writing my speech for the next morning, because that's how my weeks had gone. And words still just weren't coming together for me in my exhausted state. And so I searched online for the text of the starfish story so that I didn't leave out any details. Let me refresh your memories this morning. So one day there was an old man walking along the beach in the early morning, and he noticed that the tide had washed thousands of starfish onto the beach. Ahead, he spotted a little boy picking up starfish and throwing them back in the ocean. He went up to the boy and said, "Why are you wasting so much energy here? This is a waste of time." And the boy said, "The starfish can't live if they are left out in the sun. And the old man looked ahead and he saw the thousands of starfish out there. And he said, but there are thousands of miles of starfish out on the beach this morning. You can't rescue all of them. What difference is throwing back a few going to make anyway? And the boy bent down and picked up yet another starfish and threw it as far as he could into the ocean. And then he turned and smiled and said, it made a difference to that one. And then the old man leans over, picks up a starfish, and joins the boy in throwing the starfish back into the water. What struck me in reviewing that story again was that you normally don't hear about both characters. There's normally this first-person account talking about seeing the boy, but when we move it to third person, we see that after observing the boy's service, questioning him about his methods, challenging him to the futility of this action, that this person eventually bent over and started helping him, realizing the task ahead was daunting anyway. Meaningful, purposeful action does not happen in a vacuum. It happens when we are a team and when we help one another out. And so it is with our congregations. We have by far one of the largest staff of churches our size. Our staff work tirelessly to make church and Sunday services and RE and choir and all the things to go as smoothly as possible. But the staff alone cannot run our churches. We depend on help on all levels, and today's services highlight that in all the ways you have already seen this morning. These are your communities. And today we give thanks for everyone who benefits our churches through their labor, energy, decision-making, leadership, and/or enthusiasm. Because without you all, our churches could not function. We also recognize we're aiming to fill some vacancies today and hope that whether you sign up on the connection card or visit one of the tables in the back after service, that you will try out a new way to plug into our community. But let's start this morning by lifting up all those who make our Sunday morning services happen. I'm going to ask this group of folks to remain standing until I get through all the groups. And I'd like to ask those who are speaking from the ushers, greeters, tech folks, coffee, choir, flower, and worship associates. Did you hear all that? Those are all the teams that just make Sunday mornings happen. So come on up here if you're speaking. And Tuscaloosa, I would invite you to turn down the volume at this point and take a moment to share amongst yourselves who helps Tuscaloosa worship happen and give them lots of kudos while we do this. While they come up, I still don't see anybody moving. I know some people are coming. We want to lift up our coffee team, and we're going to let Ollie share about our coffee team this morning. Yeah, we don't have a mic up here, so you'll have to use that mic.
Y'all hear me? Nope.
Eat the mic.
Can y'all hear me now?
There you go.
All right. So my name is Ollie Carnes. I am with the UU Coffee Crew. Basically,
Woohoo!
basically, me and my mom have been doing this since April, and we do coffee, we do water, we do hot chocolate, we do tea, we do all of that every morning, and then we also clean it up every afternoon. So if y'all want, we could use some help, and if you want to, you can just make coffee in the morning and then clean up in the afternoon. If you don't want to clean up, then we can help. And then it also goes for opposite way around. If you're not an early person and you just want to help clean up, then that'll be fine. We can do the coffee. And if you have any questions, you can just ask me or my mom, and we could even like help you with coffee one morning so you know what to do, and yeah.
My name is Gil DeCumas. I'm the chair of the Usher Committee. I'm by nature a social butterfly, and that is sort of a strength for ushering, greeting new people and saying hello again to many regulars. And it's so much fun knowing everybody and everyone knowing you. And if you want to be a part of this group, just see me or go to our table, which is over there at the end of the service. That's it.
Thank you, Gil.
I'm Helen Rivas, and now speaking for the greeters, I'm officially representing Laura Stoltz, who's our chair, who does a great job of making sure that there are people here every Sunday. Because when a visitor, as Gil said, people come to church, first impressions are important. And whether they're coming with a friend or they've discovered us on their own. So that first impression is very important. As Laura adds, we want everyone who enters our doors, new folks and those who have been members for some time, to feel welcome. Greeters are an important part of creating a welcoming environment, and it is not a large time commitment, and it is a wonderful way for newer members to meet new people and contribute to our congregation in a meaningful way. I've been a greeter for quite a while, and as an extrovert, it's right up my alley, but even as an introvert, you don't have to say too much.
All right, our tech committee chairman would like me to say this. Forrest is our tech committee chairman. And Forrest says, I love providing people with the ability to hear and see the service. When things are working, it's as simple as pushing the right button at the right time. And when things aren't working, as you have seen this morning, there is a team effort to fix it. So another shout out to our tech crew. Our choir also does an amazing job at elevating our space and bringing music to us when they perform. Our choir is open to anyone who wants to participate. Practices are Wednesday at 7. Would the choir please stand? Those of you who are in the choir. Our worship associates are an essential part of our service this morning. They help prepare our space. They watch for issues during the service. They help organize announcements. They help the service flow well, and they share their voices in service, which saves mine for a sermon. Thank you, worship associates. If you're a worship associate, would you please stand? All right, so now I just want a big stand. If you're a part of Sunday Mornings Happening, you're one of the groups I just listed, please stand. If you need to go get a trinket to appreciate you this morning, please do. But please all stand if you're a part of helping worship to happen. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so the next group that I want to lift up are some other groups that extend our ministry of our community. So, and I would just ask you to stand, and then we're going to applaud everybody at the end, okay? So let's see, Care and Share, our pastoral group that supports members and friends through illness and life transitions. Where are our Care and Share folks? Yeah, there you go. All right. Our CUPS community, our pagan community, our coven within the church. Where's our pagan folks? Everybody get up. There you go. Our decorating committee, responsible for our beautiful art shows and for keeping the church tidy and organized. Decorating committee. Our Bending the Arc film project, literally our history in film. If you haven't seen our church documentaries about the civil rights movement, you're missing out, and we need to arrange another showing. But where are they? I saw them somewhere. Stand up. There you go. Yay. Our Justice Committee, helping our vital justice work stay focused. Also the environmental justice, reproductive justice, any other task forces within that. Please stand if you're a part of that. Our kitchen, keeping our kitchen organized. Do we have our kitchen crew here today? Well, there's another hole. All right. Library, our library group tends our historical and banned books library, which allows folks to borrow books in our library. If you haven't visited it, it's downstairs. You can check out books. Any of our library folks here this morning? I don't think so. Okay. Music committee, support Sherry, keeps our music organized and cares for our choir. Surely we have music committee folks. I think we do, yes. Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Gil. I know our website person was here, but where did she go? She went to RE. Well, she's teaching. Great. Kate keeps our amazing website up to date with technical assistance from Lee Martin. So thank you all for the hard work that you do to make all those things function. Now, I'd like to ask the beacons to come forward and stand up front so everybody can see who you are, please. Come on, beacons. When we put to paper how many committees and teams it takes to run this church and do all the things, we started a trained lay leader program a few years ago, which has been an amazing support to myself and the staff. These are folks who talk to all those other committees and help me out with communication. They help evaluate needs. So grateful for their service. Some of our beacons are going to be rotating off now that I'm back from sabbatical, and we will update you soon on that. But in the meantime, please help me to appreciate their hard work. Thank you, beacons. Viana, would you please share about the LGBTQ committee while you're up here?
Hey, everyone. Yes, my name is Viana, and I am the co-chair. My other co-chair is out of the sanctuary right now. But anyway, so I chair the LGBTQ Alliance. One, to have a soft place for those of us who need a place to land. Two, to reach out to the community outside the church. And three, to let everyone have fun.
Thank you. Our LGBTQ committee also helps to renew our welcoming process with the denomination, with the association, so that we can keep that credential recent. We also have 5 teams that are currently vacant that we would love to see filled. They are being taken care of in different ways, but I just want to lift them up as well. Our adult enrichment, our humanists, our membership, outreach, and religious education. Those are all really essential committees that we would love to have filled, but we don't have leadership for them this morning. So if you're interested in any of those, please let me know. Because of the scope of our church and the transition to policy governance under the previous minister, our board is focused on the most important responsibilities. all of which are focused on the future and continuation of the church, our liabilities, our finances, our safety, our policies. So please stand and hold your applause for a moment if you serve on any of the capacities of the board. So we have building and grounds, repairs, groundskeeping, helping our building be safe and in good working order. Where are our building and grounds crew? I know you're here. If you've ever helped do that, thank you. Stay standing, especially you. Finance committee, oversight of our books and ensuring our bills are paid and finances are in order. Where are our finance crew? There, thank you. Our memorial garden, adding plaques as needed to our memorial wall and tending to our memorial space. And our right relations team, our group trained specifically to help when covenant between people is strained, intended to be a remedy to keep everyone here at church and to heal strained relationships. Are any of our right relations folks here this morning? One of them is downstairs, but okay. Well, we are appreciative of them as well. And additionally, thank you all, we have some leaders who are elected to certain committees, so please stand if you're a part of the endowment committee. We have some endowment folks. We have our nominating committee, our group always looking for new board members or other elected members. Any nominating committee folks here? Thank you, thank you. Those are the folks who are going to be asking some of you to serve in a couple of months. They love the word yes. They also respect the word no. So, all right, so those are some of the elected committees of the church. But right now, I would like to ask Bob Bradley and Alice and President Julie to make their way up here to share the committees that you're representing this morning.
Hello. Can everybody hear me? There we go. Good morning. Oh, you practically have to swallow this thing. I'm Alice Moore, and I'm on the Stewardship Committee. Essentially, what we do is we make sure that you pledge money to make sure the church still runs. If you like fundraising, it's not a prerequisite. You don't have to be a fundraiser to do this, so we do have some fundraisers on the team. It is one thing that we really do to get everyone involved and supporting the church for the future and supporting the church for the next fiscal year. I encourage you to try it. We are very active towards the end of the year and towards the beginning of the year. Then once y'all fill out those pledge forms, you can kind of take a little break on it in terms of the timing. We also do the stewardship dinner that usually happens in what, February? Is it February? February, late January, early February every year. So if you're interested in helping out with this, please come sign up. It's a great committee to be on.
I'm Bob Bradley. I am a member of the Finance Committee, Personnel Committee, and I also help with the running of the MUGS Senior Men's Group. The Finance Committee works closely with the bookkeeper to oversee what the bookkeeper is doing and manage accounting technical problems that they have. And the Finance Committee also gives advice as needed on major financial issues to the board or to Reverend Julie. The Personnel Committee helps the minister and the board as it's called upon when special needs come about. The Personnel Committee also has to do an annual evaluation of the Section 125 medical reimbursement plan. The MUGS seniors group is just a good organization for the members to share their personal concerns and thoughts just to get together and hash out ideas twice a month. I'm very glad for the opportunity to work with the personnel and finance committees. Makes me feel like I'm contributing something toward the strength and endurance of UUCB in Birmingham, and make sure it's going to be a permanent force in Birmingham long term. I'm very happy to work with the Muggs men's group because it's just a lot of fun to do so.
Good morning. Before I get started, if I could get everyone who is on the board to please stand up so we can how's that better? Can everyone who's on the board please stand up? We've got Xander, Brenda, and Marianne here today. And Tom's here. I think that's, yeah. All right, thank you all so much. On behalf of the board, I want to once again thank you all for trusting us to be leaders for this church. I can, without reservation, say that each and every one of the people I am so honored to serve with, y'all can sit down, that I'm honored to serve with, wholeheartedly love this church, this community, and only ever want what is best for it, and only ever want to see it thrive. And we are currently looking for one more such person to be the RE committee representative, so please see me at the RE table after the service. Last Saturday, our board held its annual retreat where we set goals for ourselves and our congregation. We typically would have held it months ago, but it has been the tradition for the minister to guide us through the retreat. So we got together the first weekend everyone was able to meet, and I'm so excited to share with y'all how successful it was. Reverend Julie started our goal-setting process a little differently this year. Instead of starting with what we wanted to accomplish this board year, she asked us where we saw the church in 10 years, what we wanted to see accomplished in 10 years, and then 5 years, which made it easy to come up with goals we want for this year that will help us reach those 5 and 10-year goals. This is also going to make it easier for the boards that come after us to set annual goals that will help continue the progress to reaching the long-term goals. Now, by the time we finished brainstorming ideas, we realized we could fit our goals into 3 distinct categories: people-centered, building and ground-centered, and future-centered. Before I go into what those goals are, I want to remind each and every one of you how vital you are in helping us accomplish these goals. Because these are not the board's goals alone, nor can the board accomplish them alone. Each member and friend of this church can help in whatever way you are able to help us reach the goals we have set for our congregation. Now, our long-term 10-year goals are constructing a second building, a fellowship hall, complete with a full-size kitchen, shower, and workspaces, making our church fully accessible using the ADA as guidelines, large-screen televisions in the sanctuary to be used during service or for weddings and funerals, getting 100+ kids signed up for OWL each time it is offered, using our building as a daycare or school during the day, starting a girls and boys home for kids in need, and of course, building our cash reserve. Our 5-year goals include installing an EV charging station, improving lighting both inside and outside of the church, sprucing up the memorial garden, making the fire pit accessible to everyone, bringing back a compost area and starting up a community garden, which includes showing some much needed love to our orchard. Yes, I said orchard, we actually have one. So it can once again produce fruit, and increasing our advertising so we can let more people in on the wonderful and diverse community that is UUCB and UUCT. To help jumpstart things, we came up with some ideas we would like to accomplish this year and put those into the 3 categories I mentioned earlier. So under our people-centered goals, we would like to get our directory updated and accessible, increase the number of volunteers for our various committees, start up a swag shop so you can stay in your favorite church, start advertising to our neighbors behind us, and be more welcoming to dog walkers. For our building and ground-centered goals, we would like to update the rental contract policy, make the pulpit in front of the church accessible, get better lighting in the sanctuary and memorial garden, install motion sensor light switches and install programmable thermostats, improve the striping and signage in the parking lot, upgrade our sound system, which has been done, so check. And put safety film on our glass doors. To start working on our future-centered goals, we're going to work on the accessibility of the fire pit, begin clearing out the area for a community garden, and start getting architectural plans for the fellowship hall. Now, I know we will not accomplish all of these goals this year, but we hope that we will get a good number of them done and leave the next board with a map to continue working toward the long-term goals. I also know that we absolutely will not be able to accomplish any of them without your support and your assistance. As I have said many times before, this is our church. We decide what happens here. We decide our future. But it will take all of us. I used the V word earlier, volunteer. I used it because it's an easy term for everyone to understand what is being asked of them. And I know this is Volunteer Sunday, but as I have shared before, volunteer is not the most accurate word to use when it comes to doing work for the church. Volunteering is something you do outside of your home that benefits others. But this is our church home, and the work being done benefits us. So what I am asking for everyone to take ownership of that, to find time, to make time, and help when and where it is needed. We cannot be successful, we cannot even function properly without each and every one of us doing our part, no matter how small. There is a Tanzanian proverb that just a few days ago I saw printed on a t-shirt at my favorite locally and progressively owned and operated free trade shop. It says, little by little, there we go. Little by little, a little becomes a lot.
Are we modeling teamwork
Yes,
for y'all?
Here we go. Thank you. So please, if you haven't already, take that first little step today and visit the different committee tables and find a place you can help, because we have a lot to accomplish together.
Aren't those board goals exciting? I will tell you the 10-year goals have been the 10-year goals for every board since I've been here, and so having that perspective of doing it backwards was really, really helpful. Remember that you can contact them anytime. There is one email that goes to all 9 board members, and that is in your order of service. As President Julie mentioned, we call it volunteering, but it's not volunteering. And sometimes it's hard and not very rewarding work. And sometimes it's even harder because it's at church. There aren't enough people. You might struggle with people showing up. It feels like the stakes are higher, and you might even have to work with people you don't necessarily like. But it's not like volunteering in other organizations, because you're taking care of your church. As I've shared before, some of the deepest friendships in this church have started at Clean Up the Church Day, on committees, working together, doing that work of the church. That is how we build relationships. Your willingness to collaborate and conspire in ministry is needed. Hold on, I'll skip something. Hold on. I gotta go back. So there are some other groups that are the shared purview of the board and the minister. One of them being our partnership with Tuscaloosa team, and you've already heard from personnel and stewardship. So I hope Tuscaloosa's back on now. But our Tuscaloosa partnership was developed in 2022 and is an amazing group. We have some folks from Birmingham and some folks from Tuscaloosa that meet on Zoom, and share with one another and collaborate together. It's crucial. That's why we pause whenever our sound isn't working, because they can't hear us if the microphones aren't on. I have a preacher voice. Y'all could definitely hear me, but no one online, including Tuscaloosa, could hear me with the microphones off. And so it's crucial that those two pieces work for Tuscaloosa each Sunday, because they stream part of our service into their area on Sunday mornings. So as some of you all like to joke, I'm a multi-site pastor now, which apparently that's a thing. But our partnership is unlike anything in our association. We're the only two churches doing it like this, and it has worked really well for the past 3 years. So I'd like everyone to turn around and look at the mic and say, hey to Tuscaloosa. Hey, Tuscaloosa. All right. Sorry, that was worth going back for. I was like, wait a second, where was Tuscaloosa? Okay, so great things can happen when we lend our skills and our talents to the various ministries of this church. Each of you bring a unique set of skills and perspectives to our congregations. Each of us is needed for the greater whole. We need folks who can make hard decisions, and we need folks who just show up to do the work. We need folks to share talents as much as we need folks to wash dishes. We need folks willing to become trained to do certain parts of the church, because certain parts of church work we benefit when we are better educated. Whatever your talent or interest, I hope you'll find a new way to connect and participate today, especially the new folks, but also all the veteran folks. I encourage you to try something new out this morning. Our joint purpose together in community is built step by step, task by task, as we continue the task of building a beloved community in our quest for collective liberation. Please take a moment and give thanks for one another and for your own shared commitment to the work of our church through applause. I'm grateful for each of you.
Yes? Is that on?
Okay, now let's rise and body under our spirit and sing our closing song, number 1028, The Fire of Commitment, number 1028.
From the light of days remembered burns a beacon bright and clear, guiding hands and heart and spirits into faith free from fear. When the fire of commitment sets our mind and soul ablaze, when our hunger and our passion meet to call us on our way, when we live in deep endurance of the flame that burns within, then our promise finds fulfillment and our future can begin. From the stories of our living brings us on both brave and free, calling pilgrims still to win of commitment sets
Test.
our mind and soul ablaze. When our hunger and our passion meet to call us on our way, when we live really
Test.
servants of the flame that burns within, then our promise finds fulfillment and our future can begin. From the flames of youthful vision comes a new prophetic word, which demands a deeper justice built by our courageous choice. When the fire of commitment sets our mind and soul ablaze, when our hunger and our passion meet to call us on our way, when we live with deep assurance of the flame that burns within, then our promise finds fulfillment and our future can begin.
Testing. Hey, look at that.
Okay, please check out your order of service and your connection card for upcoming events. We have a few announcements. After service today, please mark your connection card or visit our various booths about some ways that you can get connected and help keeping our church run. Many hands make light work. Next week, we will hear from some of the producers from the documentary, The Alabama Solution. All adults are encouraged to watch this film ahead of next week. The documentary is streaming on HBO Max. We are also in thoughtful conversation about our capacity as a church for helping out with the SNAP crisis. Our dry goods pantry was created a few years ago to provide items for the community which SNAP does not cover. But we also recognize that toothpaste does not fill bellies. If you would like to be a part of helping with our church response, please mark your connection card. On Monday, November 17th, the Interfaith Alliance, of which Reverend Julie is president, will be hosting its annual Interfaith Gratefulness Service at 6 p.m. at Temple Bethel. A meal will be served and registration is required. Please fill out your connection card and check any interest you may have. The staff read the connection cards every week. Please return your connection cards to the ushers at the end of service. In honor of the legacy of our ancestors, let us carry the flame forward as we extinguish the chalice with these closing words. May you live a loved life. May you let loving unfurl you, then give you away. May you pass life forward so that which came from those before you and which that grows in those next to you go on to those who will follow you. As you explore the various ministries available in our congregation, remember that each of them provides an opportunity for the expression of your faith if you choose to engage it that way. Whether you're serving coffee, managing finances, or teaching our children, you are honoring our interdependent web and cultivating a spirit of generosity.